So in order to run a successful small group, we first have to determine what's the point of having a small group. The point of small group is not to get them to answer the right question or to lead them in the direction of saying the right thing. Really, the purpose of small group is to make disciples of Jesus Christ, to lead our youth to know Him, to have a relationship with Him. Like I said, to make disciples, to make little Christs. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing is you need to gain their trust. If your kids don't trust you in your youth group, then they're not going to listen to anything you have to say, no matter how wise or no matter how correct it is. So just gain their trust. Ask them, things about themselves. What kind of sports do you like? What kind of music do you listen to? Tell me something, interesting about your day. Whatever it might be to kind of get to know them on a personal level. Once they realize that you care about them as a person, you have now earned the right to be heard. And after you've earned that right to be heard, and you actually do start talking about the faith, let them ask the questions that they have. Teenagers actually have a ton of questions about God. They have a ton of questions about the faith, but if we don't open up that avenue that they can actually ask the questions that they have, even if it has nothing to do with the talk that we heard, even if it has nothing to do with the lesson or where the conversation was, if they have a legitimate question about God or the faith, go there, answer that question. Make sure that your small group is running like a discipleship group where they are able to explore and ask the questions that they're asking in their personal lives, because it's there that they're going to meet Jesus little by little. It's there where they're going to have their hearts opened up little by little. And sometimes teenagers will ask pretty difficult questions, especially because our world is really coming at them when it comes to questions of morality, questions of sexuality. And they can ask some pretty difficult questions, but those are the questions that they're being posed by the culture, by their friends, by even some of their teachers. And so don't be afraid to go there. Don't be afraid to answer those difficult questions. And if you don't know the answer, say that. Say, that's a really good question that you have. Let me go look up a good answer for you, and then do it. Then look up the answer and go back and answer the question for them. And after you answer that question, you'll be able to better articulate in the future for other kids that may have the same question. So remember, ultimately, small group, discipleship group is about leading your kids to Christ, making disciples of Jesus. And the absolute best thing that you can do for your youth is to model that in your own life. Have a prayer life, seek God, grow in your knowledge of Him. Let your love be so evident, so obvious. Go to confession, frequent the sacraments. Let your youth see that you're living out this life that you're calling them to live out, and show them that it's a life worth living.